Welcome to Xuxu podcast. Thank you so much for making
welcome.
it today. Before we dive into your story in Prague, can I ask you what is something most people don't know about Prague or the Czech Republic?
The taste of svíčková, I can say. It's underrated, really. Like with beer, especially, svíčková, like every tourist must try before.
I've actually not tried so much because for some reason I was scared about it, like when I arrived to Prague. And I think only like 2 years ago I started like trying different ones. So.
I recommend you to try from Globus.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strangely, it's good. Strangely, like.
Good to know. Thank you for sharing. So.
You're welcome.
Diving a bit more about your story, can you introduce yourself? How long you've been here?
I'm here for more than 9 years now. I started my career just from scratch in Czech Republic, Brno, from IBM times, let's say. But I often come to Prague, so...
What were your first impression of Brno? Because compared to maybe your hometown?
My hometown is Istanbul. So when I compare Brno and Istanbul, it's like a lovely, super lovely village. It's like a Kinder Surprise, you know. There's egg, chocolate, lovely, sweet, and when you open, there is a surprise, and you can find everything inside. So Brno was the same for me.
Okay.
It's small, no population at all. When I compare with Istanbul, like 60 million, you know, no traffic, no stress, no chaos, nothing. So you can find everything inside in 20 minutes. This is blessed for me. Like I was looking for it. I remember in Istanbul when I was going to high school, maybe like I was like taking a bus for 1 hour only, one way. Or maybe even my brother was like going to university from my home, almost like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So that was stressful.
Yes. So you were actively looking to move out from Istanbul?
Yeah. It was a long journey, step by step. And then when I get the job offer from Brno, so I said, okay, why not? Because I knew Brno from the Euro Truck Simulator game, that I used to have one, let's say, gallery in Brno. What a destiny. So the guys who play now, they will understand what I'm talking about. This is addictive. So by 2024, June, July, I started Omut Express, which is a moving services company that I own. So it's a self-employment journey for me. That was a brave decision. So I said, okay, I will just start a business.
But why this idea? Like, did you see like business opportunity or?
Yes. I didn't know it would be that stressful
Okay.
at the beginning and that much costly, to be honest, because you have to take care of the van more than you take care of yourself.
Okay.
That's the priority. Because if you are sick, someone else can do the job. But if the van is sick, let's say, no one can work. So that's the priority. So that's why it's costlier than I thought. But I like driving. So it's like my maybe DNAs that maybe my ancestors were riding horses around. So now I'm riding my bike or let's say the van around Europe. So it's a good feeling. Like you travel a lot, endless travels from Brno to Norway, maybe from Prague to Barcelona. So it's a perfect journey.
Is there any limits to where you can go?
In Schengen zone, I can.
Okay.
So I operate in Czechia across the Schengen countries. So there are like limitations for me. And for example, I cannot move anyone to Turkey yet. So for these, there should be some certification that I'm on it. Soon, maybe when I get bigger, we will manage that.
Wow.
For now, yeah.
But was it more stressful at the beginning, like not knowing what you were going to build, or is it still as stressful now?
I don't know if you believe in God's plan. I strongly do. I didn't have a lot of customers, naturally, because also, on the other hand, I didn't pay for any promotion in, let's say, 1.5 years almost. So I grow really like organically. So I grow really naturally because at the same time I was working in IT. So at the weekends I was working So, for example, Brno to Prague, or even to Netherlands, Germany. So the weekend trips was amazing for me. At the day comes that I realize my baby boy business is grown. Now is able to, let's say, walk alone. So I resigned from my team. So I'm only doing the moving services.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. So looking back at all this time in the Czech Republic, like what were some of your best moments, let's say?
I can say I reached my career goal as a service manager.
This feeling that you were a manager finally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I were a steward in my first day. I went to like office, and it was like, oh, I was flying. You know?
Yes.
It was a good feeling. And then I realized that okay, there is another step above. So I was pushing my limits, learning more, improving myself as much as I can. Then in the end, of course, like I realized that corporate life is not that for me. So I started my own business.
Okay.
And the second thing I can say that I have the Trvalé Pobyt now, which is a permanent residence. When I hold the card, you know, I had a flashback, like from the day one to that moment. Oh, that was lovely feeling. Yeah. I can't.
So it sounds like most of your experience are like very like career centered, focused.
Yeah.
Like, did you also manage to like build like a life in Brno like that you enjoy?
Yes, yes. We basically had a good community, and we established Turkish Czech Cultural Cooperation Association.
Okay.
Actually,
You with some people?
I was the chairman,
Nice.
one of the chairman. So yeah, we established it. It was like 5 years ago, I can say, after the COVID times. So we did some events. We had the office in the heart of Brno. Everything was fine, but you know, by the time the popularity of the events were go lower, so we, let's say, frozen it. So we don't have any events now. But from there, actually, I get a good network now.
Okay.
Also with my now business. So thanks to this, I have a great network, great friends. Like even at the clubs, they call me like, "Hey, you are Omut Express or not?" Like good feeling, you know, like.
Yeah. A lot of work, but I guess this is your personality.
I'm workaholic.
Yes.
That's why.
But yeah, two great moments definitely. Do you have more best moments in Prague or?
Yes, I can say at the very, very, very first time that I been in Prague, we found one wallet, which was belonging to some lady. She was from Finland, I guess. We realized that all, let's say, documents and everything was with her. So we take the responsibility to like bring it to the police station and everything. And it was like a really first 20 minutes of Prague. Somehow we met afterwards, and she was really thankful to us, and we become kind of friends. So it was a good moment that Prague met with an online friend, but we somehow contributed her life.
Nice.
And that was a good moment.
I never lost or got stolen anything in Prague. Like one time I forgot my phone in a park and I came back 20 minutes after it was still there. And those are tiny moments that I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like wouldn't happen like, I don't know, in Paris or something. Yes. But I imagine like starting a business, like all this, like you had also some big challenging moments. Do you want to share some of them?
Yeah. First, like the most challenging part was I stopped smoking right before COVID started.
Oh, wow.
So it was really challenging. I get plus 20, 25 kilos because of that. And still with, let's say, I changed my stubbornness into consistency, and now it's a lifesaver, so I stopped smoking.
What pushed you to stop smoking and in this precise timing? Like,
I was checking, let's say, as auto to buy a car. I was checking the prices, and I say, whoa, okay, for 3 years I'm here. If I could not smoke, I could buy this car cash. So why the hell I'm smoking? I calculated, and then I said, okay, this is my last cigarette, pow,
Just like this.
just like this.
Wow.
That's,
And it was
let's
the
say,
first time you tried to stop smoking, or you tried
no,
like
I
two
used
times,
to,
three
I
times?
used to try it like 2 more times. One for 1.5 months, second for 10 months, and then I said, okay, this is the last time. So I did.
No regrets.
No.
I would imagine, like, stupid question.
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome. Now my nose is really sensitive towards anything, like any meals. My taste is with me now. So if someone smokes or some different, let's say, smell outside, I can catch it now.
How long was this challenge where you're like really struggling for?
Have you watched Twilight?
A long time ago.
Long time ago. There was one vampire who is the new one,
Okay.
the new vampire of the family. So he was okay, but time to time, the blood was in his mind, so he was getting thirsty.
Okay.
Like smoking is just the same.
Mm.
It never goes away from your mind. In my dreams, I still smoke.
Wow.
Sometimes I take these like radical decisions, I can say. So it's maybe my character. So even for the business, I said, okay, I will start. I start. I buy the van without any experience. But I did it in the end.
Makes sense.
We
But yeah,
have-
I heard a lot about like having this click for different things. Like could be like stopping to smoke or like starting to lose weight and stuff. But yeah, you have to have the strong mental.
Well, this mentality is, of course, not came to me like yesterday. So I kind of improved it. So we have one proverb that the smart one may take so much time to think,
Okay.
and meanwhile the crazy will pass the river. So sometimes, especially for investment, for example, or starting a new hobby, new job, or whatever, do the thing, then you will survive. Okay, first shock, because there will be resistance to change in your body, in your mentality, environment, everything can change.
So you said the proverb is like the smart can take a lot of time to think and the
Exactly.
crazy just pass.
Yeah,
it's
crazy
better-
one will just pass and don't think about twice, you know?
So it's better to be crazy than smart, right?
There is a thin line. Like, yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
The world is, let's say, constructed by crazy people, I guess. They had some problems, you know, they had like, I need to change this.
Yeah.
And I need to do that. So
I think about it often, like whenever I look around me and I'm like, okay, why is this way? It's because someone took a chance. Basically, it's not like
yeah, exactly. So that's my motto, like, just do it. Like Nike, you know, it was
Yeah.
Nike or Adidas, I don't recall now. I think it
just
was
do it.
Nike.
It's Nike.
Yeah, Nike.
Many times I stopped myself from doing things because I listened to people feedback. You know,
Mhm.
it happened one time at work. I wanted to do ongoing project, and I asked colleagues, and they were like, "No, it's gonna be too much," and so I didn't do it, and I regret it still. Like I should have done it, and I think it would have been great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, from now on,
Exactly, like
Trusting your
instead of
gut.
instead of regretting, try,
yeah,
fail. On the next time, you will do better. It's really like a classic, but it really works on me. So I do that.
yeah, that's like the regrets stuff. I think it's a teacher I had when I was maybe 13. He told the whole class it's always better to have remorse than regrets. So yeah, even if you've done it and then it didn't go as expected, like at least you tried.
Exactly.
And there's a couple of sentences like this that when you're living your day and you're 13, it doesn't seem like much, but then you keep thinking about it like your next years. And then there's another one, another school trip. A teacher said like, oh, he asked me like, who are my 5 friends? And I was like, what do you mean 5 friends? I have like 20 friends. Like, what do you mean 5 friends? And he was
No,
like, no,
not
in
in
life you
reality.
really have 5 friends. And I think about it
Exactly.
since, yeah.
And there is one thing, like, how can I describe it in English? Okay, the thing is, when you start doing something, at first, as I said, like there is a resistance, you know. In order to break the resistance, like you can imagine, there were some articles about it, like why well-educated people or in economics or finance fields are not a good investors, because they think a lot. They think about the graphs, they think about the Fibonacci, they think about the trends, they think about the Fed announcements and everything, and then they cannot move. So that's why being a crazy a little bit.
Yes, a little bit. I was gonna
It's
add
just-
a little bit. Yeah.
It's just like a Nusret, you know. It's
Yes.
just like a spice. A little bit of craziness is solving the problem.
True.
You will say, okay, fuck it, just, you know, whatever, buy the copper. Okay, so like buy some stock or crypto or whatever. Just do it.
I'm actually pretty good at prediction stuff where I like betting without any like
Ooh.
skills, but I always have like the good intuition. So
Sixth sense,
yes,
lovely.
I'm thinking.
I'm opposite about it.
So no regrets at all in all of your time in Prague?
No,
No?
no.
What about like any kind of surprises with the Czech culture or just like with your clients?
Yeah, the Czech culture. This Easter weekend. The season is coming, you know.
Yes, yes.
When I heard that for the first time, I said, "Whoa, okay, there's a strange tradition."
I wonder if it will change ever.
No, I mean,
Because traditions change sometimes, like they get less popular, but this one seems to be sticking.
I mean, people are happy, you know, like
Yeah.
with the tradition clothes, with the families, cousins, everyone together. So
I also read recently, because we were talking about Easter and about something people don't know about Prague, I learned that when they were building the Charles Bridge, they asked like random cities to bring eggs because they needed it for the mixture that's sticking.
Foundation.
Yes, the foundation or
Yeah,
something. And so one village brought eggs, but boiled eggs, because they were like, for the transport, it's easier to bring boiled eggs or something. I don't know if it's true or if it's a legend, but so obviously, like they got laughed at, and now every year there's like a ceremony where like they're crossing boiled eggs around the Charles Bridge to remember like this thing.
Wow.
I found out about it this year.
They create, let's say, a legendary story by themselves.
That works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our act today will be legend tomorrow, maybe. We never know. Yeah.
Yes, correct. So yeah, any other what the fuck moments or surprises?
I can say that the Czech people start drinking so early. 7 a.m., 8 a.m.
Yes.
Like
I see it often. Yeah.
my one of my eyes was closed always at like 8, 9 a.m. Only if I have a moving, I prepare myself, wake up as a professional. But in my, let's say, normal life, I'm halfly awake. But I see some camels around and they start drinking already, the second beer.
Yes.
This is like, whoa.
I saw it like in someone's story last week, like she was going to a coffee for working 8 a.m. or maybe even a little bit earlier, and there was a guy working as well but drinking a little beer at like 8 a.m. and I was like,
He was thirsty.
yes.
And also by speaking about beer, like when I see the green beer, I surprised like, oh, I said, what the fuck?
I never tried. I always miss it. I'm never in Prague when it happens. All right, little break with a little game. I'm gonna give you a list of items and you tell me which ones you prefer.
Okay.
Are you more parek v rohlíku or goulash?
I prefer goulash.
Okay. Are you more goulash or smažený sír?
I go for smažený sír with a perfect beer.
Are you more smažený sír or česneková polivka?
Smažený sír.
Smažený sír or tartar,
Smažený sír.
smažený sír or duck,
Smažený sír.
smažený sír or svíčková,
Svíčková.
and Okay, perfect.
Svíčková is like, let me give you the hook of the video. Svíčková is the Zendaya of Czech Republic.
Wow.
It's so popular now. You can find it everywhere. And the young generation, old generation, everyone watch it, love it, and eat it. Or I can say that svíčková is the Ana de Armas of the Czech Republic, let's say. Perfect. Just beautiful. Yeah?
I wanted to ask you who's your favorite Czech person and what it says about you.
My auto mechanic guy.
Okay. Yes.
Well, my job is with cars, so like we say in Turkey, you should have, in order to have a perfect life, you should choose your auto mechanic, accountant, barber, and wife good. So if one of them become problematic, then your life is not perfect at all. So accountant, I have perfect one. Auto mechanic, perfect one. Barber, perfect one. Wife, just in progress. So the auto mechanic is just amazing guy. Like when I need, he has a magic wand, let's say, solve the problems.
So how did you guys meet?
I was buying my, let's say, first car. Some mechanic should come and check the condition of the car and everything. So we met there actually, and I realized that he's really good at what he's doing. He check everything, just I would like to do. So then I said, okay, I can rely on you. So my car is yours. I say my car like my son. I said my son is yours now. So since then, it's been more than 3 years. It's Martin. Hello, Martin. Ahoj, zdraví. So he's in Brno.
What is something maybe people don't know about you?
I do voiceover artist job. Only people who follow me on LinkedIn knows it probably.
Okay. In different languages or?
In Turkish.
Okay.
So I speak with the Istanbul dialect.
Okay.
So they, time to time when they have a project, so they call me to record. So maybe educations or like some trainings for the companies, or like international probably.
How did it start? Like that's super cool.
One day I was really like bored and like just checking in the Facebook, and one guy said, "Okay, we are looking for voiceover artists. Would you like to become one?" I think it was like a post-COVID times that I wanted to try something more. I said, "Okay, let's try." So they like the color of my voice probably when I'm speaking Turkish, because in English and Turkish it's totally different.
I realize I know for myself I have different voices in different languages.
Yeah.
So, what's the best decision you've taken recently?
Quit from IT. It was a good decision. Brave, again crazy, and it was necessary, you know. And for me, I could stay, you know, I could tolerate some things, and I could just go on. But I said to myself, like, okay, you are not born for this. I mean, you have a tradesman inside you with the Turkish carpet selling skills, and you have to show it to everyone.
Do you think you'll ever get tired of moving people around?
No.
No?
I will be the best in Czech Republic.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
Nice.
Now I have, let's say, have you watched the Peaky Blinders?
First and second season.
Okay, in the first season, the Tommy Shelby was there just playing some bets around the town.
Yes.
And then there was like Billy Kimber, you know. So the guy above him, like controlling whole area. So in this industry, in this, let's say, sector as well, there are some Billy Kimbers. So my goal is like to be one of them, and then maybe internationally.
Nice.
Yeah, I set my goals.
how many people are like moving every month or every week? Like I don't know how to estimate the market.
I can say for my volume, in the winter time, of course, it's less. I can say maybe like 10 up to 15. But in summertime, like I recently started like from 2024. So I only had like 2 summers, but one of them was like I just started, so no one almost know me. And last summer, I realized that 5 weekends as a row, I didn't sleep at my home. I was somewhere all the time. It was super tiring me, but in the end, I said, okay, I'm doing it. With like, if you have a wife, if you have a family, don't start this business. I can recommend. It's not a good idea. Or even if you have a girlfriend, it might be a problem because the time is limited for everything. So it was really good and motivated me. So now my goal is to, let's say, establish a fleet and then delegate my roles to different drivers. So I will like sleep in peace.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because the volume, the popularity is increasing, more volume is increasing. You know, when someone asks you, you shouldn't say no. That's what I learned from my father. He's a tradesman. I mean, he runs a coffee business in Istanbul from my grandfathers. So I grown in the street of Istanbul's Kadıköy, I can say, with all tradesmen around, and I was observing them how they communicate with customer, how they deal the business, and what they do. Until this year, I didn't use it in practice. In high school, in university, I did some small businesses, but it doesn't count. So this one is like my, let's say, master job, I can say, because I go all in, like in casino, you know. I said I will do it, and luckily I'm doing.
I wanted to ask a bit about your family, like when you left Turkey.
It was 2015. I decided to like live in abroad, you know. First, I've been to Erasmus internship, and then I joined to a volunteering program in Poland. So first in Lithuania and then Poland, and then meanwhile I was searching job for myself. So by starting of 2017, so I said to my family like, okay, I'm going. My visa is approved. I will be away for some time. I don't know when I will return, but I'm just following my dreams, you know. When I start from the scratch, my even friends were telling me that, come on, like, it's just Czechia, you know. They were underestimate. But then, like, time to time, they were telling me, hey, do you have any jobs? You know, can we send you a CV or something? Because time has changed. And I was predicted what can happen in the near future about Turkey. And I play my card according to that. I choose to leave Turkey. And I grow my own career, own life, just in Brno. So now, like every single day, I realize that that was a perfect decision. Because now I feel myself here like a home. When I call home, I remind now Brno, not Istanbul anymore.
And you said earlier in our discussion that you very much believe in like God's plan or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, there is.
How do you like live your religion in Czech Republic?
I'm not practicing a lot. Uh, in my mind, mainly, I can say. Because, like, there is no, let's say, there's no such options in Czech Republic to do everything, every practice. For me, the belief or the faith is in you. No matter how you call your God, we have the same DNA, which makes us believe in something. 4,000 years ago, when we were living in the caves, still we had something in our brain to believe in something. That's in our DNA. So that's one of the proof for me that there is a creator. We call it different because we learn it from our families. In our language, it's different, they call, but we have something similar, something in common. And universally, we pray with this energy to be a good person, to not dictate that, hey, do this, no. Just inside the feeling. So if you come to the certain level of maturity, you are becoming the one with the universe, with the creator, with the God, whoever you can say. So I do myself shape it, shape my thoughts, shape my plan according to, let's say, the God's plan. And this is like, whatever you do, you will do your best, you will effort for the best, you will not just quit what you are seeking for, because every failure is not actually a failure. It might be a chance of lesson. For instance, I was waiting for the promotion in the IT sector when I was working for Italy market. And they said, first slap on my face from the corporate life. They said, oh, there will be no, let's say, promotion for you, but you need to change the department soon, because we will close operations in, let's say, Italy side, so you need to find another team. At that moment, I realized that, fuck, like, what the hell I will do?
Yeah, you'll never get it. Yeah.
I mean, now I have to start from scratch. I had plans, I had career goals, I was like really earning this, but snap. So from scratch, I have to start. And meanwhile, I didn't have permit reasons. I didn't have Czech. If I got fired, for example, I should have back to Turkey. So then I said, okay, now from this day, I will start building for myself. I will be myself, what I born to be, you know. So instead of relying on something else, it can be corporate life, it can be even a partner, let's say, or anyone else. I will just improve myself, my skills, and build one after another. Since that day, I learned Czech, as I said, get the permanent residence, build my business, and now I'm growing it. So that was the plan of God, to make me fail in the IT, to not be promoted. Yes. I was so sad. But now, when I look at back, I see that was a blessing for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see sometimes life the same way. Like whenever I have a challenge or something, I'm like, okay, if it didn't work out, it means that there is like something else waiting for me. And like recently I have a lot of friends looking for jobs because like IT companies keep like firing people. And so they're going through interviews and they're like, oh, this one didn't work. I was like, it's okay. Like you just need one. One is going to work at some point.
Exactly.
And,
you will, even when I come here with the first, let's say, employment, I get rejected in Poland. I was living in Poland back in time. I was rejected maybe 50 times. But if I wouldn't try the 50 first, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So this stubbornness or consistency, whatever we can call, you need to keep going, you know. El sueño del mundo. No, el sueño del niño. The dream of the boy. Yeah, as Ronaldo says, you know. So nice. You need to keep believing in yourself and keep dreaming.
Yes, love this. So thank you so much. It was very like enlightening and motivating, even like to keep going. So thank you. Every guest I meet, I'm asking them to make a wish at the end of this podcast. So I'll give you the candle.
Can I publicly tell the wish
to
everyone?
No, otherwise it doesn't work.
Okay.
But if it works out and it becomes true, then you come back on the podcast and tell me all about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good job. All right.